Ready-made marriage versus custom-made marriage. Let's get into it. What's a ready-made marriage? You know how you have a list? Everybody has a list. As a young girl, I had a list. I had things I wanted for sure in the man I will marry. He would be tall. He'd be dark. He'll be handsome. And of course, after a while, as I started to wise up, he would be rich. So tall, dark, rich, and handsome. At least. Not to mention how he would treat me, what he would do on my birthdays, on our anniversaries, what he will do on a regular to make my life easier, how much happier he would make me, how I'll be his every wish, his every dream, I would be his passion, how he would just dote on me and love me. Ready-made. I'd come into his life, he would have little or nothing that he needs. And the things that I would do for him, he would love simply because I did them, no matter how little, no matter how much. He was never going to put any pressure on me, that kind of thing. Just easy life, coasting, ready-made. A ready-made handbag or a ready-made outfit is something that's already been made. You get into the shop, nobody's taking your measurements to see what will be a good fit. Nobody's cutting any fabric. It's already been made. So the hope is you just put it on, it's a perfect fit, you pay the bill, and you're out of there. Ready-made marriage is the same way, where you have a spouse who already loves you, who already is mature, who already is perfect in his thinking, in his outlook on life, who already is everything that you want. And to make it even better, he is everything you want at the start when you're, say, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, whatever age you were when you started. And he continues to be everything you want, which means he continues to upgrade. If you buy a dress today and you're a size 6 and you grow to be a size 8 or a size 10, that dress will no longer fit. So if there's allowance, then you can adjust it to your size. Otherwise, you may just have to give it away or buy a bigger size if you're very stuck on that dress. In a marriage, the only way the marriage can be ready-made and stay ready-made is for you to either upgrade or you're going to have to trade in the partner. And for many people, that's what they do. They trade in the partner. We have irreconcilable differences. We can no longer do this. It's not working. And so we let that go and we go for another one. But the problem is not what you think the problem is. The problem is you're looking for a ready-made marriage. I have good news for you, or bad news, depending on how you see it, which is this. A ready-made marriage, wait for it, does not exist. It doesn't. It simply does not. Can we scratch that and move on to the other, which is a custom-made marriage? What is a custom-made marriage? Here's the thing that I find very profound about marriage is that you start out not really being a candidate for marriage just yet. Some things, hopefully you've been raised in a home where some things have been modeled to you. For a large part, you're going to have to figure things out on the go. And as you're figuring them out, it's going to be like, wait, this is not what I expected. Am I sure I'm in the right place? What's going on here? Is this normal? Should I be worried? As things unfold. Again, hypothetically, you're starting at, say, 25. I started marriage at about 25, 26. Just 2 weeks or so to my 26th birthday. And at that age, when I compare the girl I was then with the woman I am now, the transformation is huge. I've learned so many lessons that have changed me. And I would have been a better wife if I had the mindset I have now at the start. But that's not how it works. You grow into the person that you become. And the same happens with your spouse. When you make this commitment at the beginning that says, you know what, we're going to do life together. I'm going to be with you for the rest of my life. You're committing to this person at a particular age, at a particular stage of life, at a particular point where they don't know themselves in a year, in 5 years, in 10 years. Not to talk of you, there's no way you would know that. It has to be a walk of faith. It has to be a walk of trust. It has to be a commitment to grow together. There's no other way. When you start with the raw material. You see some things that you think you can work with. And hopefully you're not making the decision flippantly based on hips and lips and fingertips, or based on muscle and car and house. Hopefully you're making the decision based on something deeper, a deep connection in your heart, a deep revelation in your spirit that this looks like the one, and of course a deep understanding in your mind that this is someone that I think I can work with down the line. Hopefully you're also building on foundations of friendship and of trust. You're looking at the things that are going to help you to build something solid. Because if you make the decision to start your life together based on flippant things, it's not going to amount to much, because those things will pass. Beauty is fleeting. Same is true for handsomeness, or the equivalent in a man. A man may look good today, may look buff and healthy and strong, and then tomorrow he starts to look a bit flabby or a bit, things have changed. And same thing can happen with a woman. If you say, I'm going to make this commitment because of how you look today, and the look changes, are you going to no longer be committed? Or are you going to grow as the person grows? All right? That's what a custom-made marriage is. A custom-made marriage, I believe, is one in which God is there with you at the start. He's there with your heart. And you walk with him to help you to become who you need to be at the different points that life is going to bring you to. Because if you don't do that, then you would be lost. You would say, this is what I started with. I don't know where that person is anymore. You've changed. You've changed, and this is not what I want. But if you grow together, hopefully your values are consistent. Or even if your values change because you have grown and you've gotten to know some different things, hopefully you are able to come to an agreement and see how to build your lives together. Because really, a ready-made marriage does not exist. A custom-made marriage customizes not just your spouse, not just the marriage. It customizes you. It grows you into the person you need to be at the different stages that life is going to take you to. A very important part of a custom-made marriage, in my opinion, is God. Because if, for example, you're impatient, and this is me, this was my story, impatient, a bit short-tempered, and now you're faced with a situation where you want to lose your top, right? You want to lash out. And the only reason why you don't is because there's the Spirit of God who whispers to you and says, no, don't do it. Hold on. And then somehow you hold on, and 2 minutes later you see how much of a mess you would have made if you lashed out with what you thought you knew. And then just this little bit of information is now revealed to you, and you see, oh, I'm glad I didn't say what I said or what I would have said. That is a custom-made marriage. It's made for a purpose. It's made by people who are committed and willing to be molded into what they need to be so that they can have what they want to have. I hope this helps you, especially for young people who get married on a whim or who are shocked by marriage, because marriage does surprise you. Many times, the person you marry, even with the best of intentions, they're a bit different when you marry them. And it's because it's one thing for me to dress up and come and visit you in your house. It's another thing for me to just come out in my nightgown or my underwear and just be, right? The pretenses kind of fade out. The forming wears out, and the real deal is what you get. But you see, if you can navigate that space and come together and grow together, it becomes your safe space. And it's a beautiful thing. All right. Tell me if you have any questions, any ideas, any thoughts around the matter of a custom-made marriage versus a ready-made marriage. Are you thinking that there's such a thing as a ready-made marriage? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thank you so much, and see you again on the next one. And please like this video, share it across with your friends and family, hit the notification bell, and of course, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much, and see you again on the next one.